So this fly, this is the Fritz Frenzy, and the original fly was one from Loch Fitty. I seen the original years ago on Davy McPhail's channel. By the way, if you want to see an exceptional fly tie-in with a host of great patterns, Davy McPhail's your man, so check him out. But this is one that I pinched for Davy McPhail years ago, and I adapted it, and I adapted it just by changing the hackle. The original's got a hackle, orange hackle, however, this stuff makes such a huge difference. You can't get it now, but it's basically, you'll get it, other people will do it. This one's a fire orange straggle. Sorry, Synergy Plus, the original is, it's 10mm Fritz, golden orange, but it's also got UV in it. So I've replaced that, and I don't know, there's something about Fritz that really gets the trout going, including brownies. So this is my version of the Fitty Frenzy, which I saw originally tied by Davy McPhail, but like I say, we've exchanged the hackle and we've got this beautiful Fritz in there, so let's go ahead and tie it. Because it's a fat little fly and I've got Fritz on it, rather than using a traditional wet fly, I've got in here a short shank special, and this is a size 6. You need to bend that in a little bit for competition fishing, but yeah, I want that fat hook, so it's the same length, pretty much near enough to a wet fly, but it's got a wider gape for that Fritz. So I'll come in and get some thread on the hook, go in with my scissors and trim that away, and just winding down to a point just as it starts to go onto the bend, so in line with the gap of the barb, if you like. And then we've got some golden pheasant fibres, we've got to stick that in. This has got to be our tail. So I've got a little feather here already. They've just got a lovely curve to them, as you can see there. And you can actually exaggerate that by running it between your thumbnail and your finger. So I'm going to catch it up a little bit up the hook shank, and that's got to give me my tail length that I want. I don't want it too long. That's about right there. By the time I get that tied down. So loose wraps, if you like, just here, and then once I'm happy with where it is, then I'll bind down like so. So that's your tail in place. In with my scissors and trim that away. Brownies and rainbows love a bit of gold in a fly, so we've got here a silver and gold flat tinsel. Obviously I'm wanting the gold side. Now to tie it in with the gold side, when you cut it off the bobbin, to tie gold side in, gold side out, what you need to do is put the silver side against the hook shank. And then just tidy the body up with some thread wraps, keeping it nice and even. You can stick a wire rib over this, I'm no fussy for it. What I do is I get a little bit of varnish onto the thread, and that just pulls the tinsel on, keeps it in place. Okay, so when I wind this now, it'll be gold. It should be gold. I reckon what I've done here, there you go, gold. I just turned a bit there, so wind up, you're trying to get overlapping turns. You can be super neat. This is a fishing fly, so I'm going to get the Fritz on there. So just a couple of turns to secure that. As you can see, the Fritz no the Fritz, sorry, the varnish has kept that nice and tight. So we'll just come back a tiny touch around about there, a tiny touch onto the tinsel body. So now we've got our hackle, this awesome Fritz. I should have a spare bit, no matter. We'll just take a little bit off the card, take some of the fibres off the core, so you've got a little exposed core there, and then catch that in. Give yourself a little bit of space behind the eye because you've got to get some other feathers on there, other materials, sorry. So we're just going to wind up now, but make sure when you wind up you're stroking these fibres back towards the back of the hook shank. You do it like a hackle. Keep those fibres facing back, like so. You don't need many tons of this stuff. That's 3. We'll stop at 4. That gives us loads of space at the front, like so. Okay, so that's a stop there. What I will do is grab this, get rid of some of the fibres, and it gives me a more gentle core. Not as much bulk, just to secure, like so. See what space we've got behind the eye of the hook. And what I do is, when I'm tying with Fritz, I'll come in my blade, very, 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 very sharp blade, and then just give yourself a little bit of a taper. I can see a tiny little strand there, it's annoying me. Give yourself a bit of a taper here. There you go. So you can see that beautiful Fritz hackle there in the gold. Just a gorgeous looking fly. Now, these come in pairs, and you can take a few fibres from each side. However, you don't need to. It's got a little bit of curve like that. If you can see that, see the curve on the feather. All I'm going to do is take about 6 strands, 6 to 8 strands, like so. I'm going to pull it off in one go. Keep them all nice and even, so like that. And then we're going to keep the natural curve of the feather to the tail, and we're looking to marry that up so it like creates a little, you can see that sort of eye shape in between the golden pheasant and the wing. So just come in, pinch and loop, and then secure down. See how that's sitting? Wow, there's always one. There it is. We're going to tidy the head up in a minute, so we'll just get rid of the stray fibres, the stub ends. We're going to tidy up just a little bit. And now what I do is keep everything sitting as I put a little locking tongue in place. So you can use jungle cock splits, works fine. However, I like a little bit of jungle cock on either side, and you're trying to get it so that it's in a contrast against the colour of the wing and the peacock sword there. So I might have to turn the vise a tiny little bit. See how that's sitting. A little bit further up. Yep. A little locking tongue. Make sure you're happy. Obviously that needs to go back a little bit. That looks good there. So that's that side. One on my side. Again, into the Peacock sword is what you're looking for. And then just in with your scissors, trim away the waste on either side. A little stray bit of Fritz there. See how that's sitting. Let's lock the vise back in place here. And then just come in, tidy up with some thread wraps. Like so. Whip finish. Finish the fly. And then just a little bit of varnish just to finish them off. On either side. There he is. Just a really good fly come the back end. Yeah, really good fly come the back end. The Fritz Frenzy, my take on the original Fitty Frenzy. I hope you enjoyed that, folks. If you did, if you'd be kind enough, please subscribe to my channel. Take care, see you soon.